To be honest, I'm terrified. I'm scared that I'll never live up to the bar that she set. I'm scared that the kids will not have their mom physically by their side. Never having her hand to hold in the ups and downs of life. I'm scared of that. And it's a real shame because Jenny was so good at imaginative play, and I suck. She made the best Barbie scenarios. She'd take any stuffy, and all I do is the same thing over and over. And I know but in all seriousness, she was just so good at everything she did. She wanted so desperately to be a grandparent to Ellis and Winnie's kids if they choose to have kids one day. She wanted it so bad. So she made me promise before she passed that if Ellis and Winnie choose to be parents one day, to pick those grandbabies up every day, to be there for them, to love them, to guide them the way that we were planning to do together. And she added, if they don't want kids, you better support them in that too. This is the same mom that taught Winnie and Ellis, right when they can speak, to shout as high as they could, "My body, my choice." So our kids are always going around the house, and I would be tickling them or whatever, and they'd say, "My body, my choice," because of their mom. I still remember the last night she breastfed Winnie. She was so sad, but proud. I remember us taking turns staring at Winnie when she was first born, so we were afraid she wasn't going to breathe. After we lost our Leo, she said, "Are you okay to stay up through the night? I will if you will." I said, "Of course." And we'd write notes to each other while we were forced to stay awake. And I read one the other day. She's just so kind. I'll never forget how close she always wanted to be to baby Ellis. She said, "We're going to co-sleep." You know what that is? I don't know. The kids are going to be in the bed with us. Okay, sure. And I want to wear him everywhere we go. I never want to put him down. And are you okay if I don't do nails anymore and I stay at home? Yes, girl. I'll never forget the day that she told me she wanted kids. I always wanted them, but then I met this girl who didn't want them. And I was like, okay, whatever, anything for you. I was very excited when she told me she was ready. She was destined to be a mom. I have a section about, I asked her if I could talk about her codependency. She said I could. If you don't know what that is, it's worrying about other people too much, not about yourself. Always worried about what they're going to think. You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. She always hated her codependency. But what I realized is that she always put everyone else first. And it was one of her biggest strengths. Jenny got real confused at the end. But she knew what she wanted for the kids. she knew what she wanted for me. And I said, oh, one more thing. Can I ask you this? Can I say this? She said, what? I asked her, and she said I could. Jenny had a really big fear. Not of cancer, not of dying, not of parenting. She had a really big fear of school. Never feeling smart enough. And one night, before cancer, she said, I think I want to be a teacher. The same spark I saw in her eye when she said she wanted to be a mom was the same spark I saw in her eye again. Huh? You do? Yeah, I think I want to be a teacher. I said, babe, let's do it. Let's go. I'll sign you up right now. I said, what do you want to teach? I think I want to teach elementary school. I love kids. And it happened after a day of teaching Winnie something. And she saw the spark in Winnie's eye. She said, I really want to do this. But you have to help me. I said, babe, I will hold your hand through every class. I will sit right next to you. I'll write every paper with you. Let's do this. She said, okay. So we signed her up for online classes. This was during COVID. And she said, you better not tell a single soul, because if I fail out of school, I don't want anybody to know. Okay, I won't tell anybody. She got to take 8 classes. She got all A's. Her professors, they loved her like everybody else did. She always worried about what her answers would be. She'd always look at me if this was correct. She was perfect. In the middle of, right before transferring to San Bernardino College, she was diagnosed. She was crushed. But she said, I'll just do it after cancer. Just do it. I said, you will. I got really upset that she never got to do that, because I think she'd be one amazing teacher. And then as I was writing this, I said she was. She became a teacher to millions of people around the world on what it means to be selfless, beautiful, strong, kind, loving, no matter what your situation is. She has hundreds of thousands of people that watch her videos daily, and they all tell me the same thing. Jenny was truly amazing. Her outlook on life, her beauty, her selflessness, it just shined through and continues to do so and will forever, which is what she wanted for her kids. And then this last part of her life, I don't like to talk about, but it became a part of us. She did tell me to tell you guys this. November is Lung Cancer Awareness Month. So if you could try to remember that during Thanksgiving time next year and for years to come, remember Jenny and remember the millions of people that are diagnosed with this disease who've never picked up a cigarette, never smoked. And a lot of people that are diagnosed are women, young women. So she said, just remember that. Tell people to remember that. Her cancer never defined her. Cancer never won. She defeated cancer. She never stopped thanking God or being grateful. She never stopped. The absolute perfection that always came from her cancer could never stop that. Those were the scariest 2.5 years of our lives. But she pulled through. And after each scan, or each procedure, she'd look at me and she'd say, "Are you okay?" I said, "Are you okay? You just went through chemo." brain radiation, MRIs, CT scans, blood draws, whole brain and spine radiation, immunotherapy, targeted therapy, clinical trials. My poor wife would have never stopped. She would have just kept going. She wanted to be here for Ellis and Woody so bad. And as we got close to the end, I said, let's at least make a bucket list. Yeah? Let's go places, do things. She said, okay. She wrote down her bucket list. I still have it. It's just to spend time with family as much as possible.